Hello students, welcome back to the class. In today's class, we are continuing with our chapter Euclid Geometry. The first part I have already uploaded. I hope you all have studied it nicely and understood the concept. Now, on the basis of first part, the axiom and postulates and definition which are there in the Euclid Geometry. Now, we are going to use them to solve the exercise 5.1. So, today we are going to start the exercise 5.1. In this, the first question is straight true or false along with the reason, right? The first question asks, only one line can pass through a single point. Here is a point. Let us make a point P. Reason you have to mention along with the diagram, okay? Now, only one line can pass through P. We can pass many lines. So, as we can see in the figure, this is a false statement. It is false. Write down, infinite lines can be passed through single point. So, reasoning you have to do along with the figure so that the things are clear. Second, there are infinite number of lines which can pass through two distinct points. Let us make two distinct points. We have to make, this is point A, this is point B. It is saying there are infinite number of lines. कितनी lines बन सकती हैं? Infinite line can pass through 2 points. Infinite. Let us see. One line, so we are also able to draw. One line. Remaining, through A, many points, many line segments can be drawn. Through B also many can be drawn. But from A to B or B to A, only one line segment can be drawn. So it is also a false statement. False. Only one line can pass through 2 points. Okay. Next question. A terminated line can be produced indefinitely on both ends. Now Euclid has said what is terminated line. Nowadays what we are calling line segment is terminated line. So it is saying एक आपके पास line segment है PQ. Okay. Can be terminated line can be produced indefinitely in both sides. So yes, आप Q से भी इंक्रीज कर सकते हो, आप P से भी इंक्रीज कर सकते हो. So it is true. And if you remember, this is one of the postulate. Postulate 2. As per postulate 2, a terminated line can be produced indefinitely in both the directions. Next question. If two circles are equal, their radii are equal. So yes, we have to draw the circle. Once this is center O and the circle here is this. Two circles are equal. एक और circle बनाना है which is equal to this. Again using the same center and we are making the circle. Same. Equal circle it is asking. Then their radii are equal. So yes, O से आप रेड कलर की बाउंड्री पे रेडियस बनाओ या फिर O से आप ब्लैक कलर की बाउंड्री पे रेडियस बनाओ. Both will be equal. So write down, it is true. Equal circles coincide each other and their radii are equal. उनके रेडियस क्या होंगे? इक्वल होंगे. As we can see that red color radius is equal to the another red because both are lying on each other. Both the circles are coinciding. So radius are equal. Next, if AB equals to PQ, first line segment is equals to second line segment. PQ equals to XY. Now again second line segment is equals to third line segment. Then we have to tell कि whether AB will be equals to the XY. क्या ये दोनों equal होंगे? Yes. So yes, it is true. And this is axiom 1. Axiom 1. क्या कहती है axiom 1? things equal to a same thing are equal to one another. Number 2, define the terms. There are some terms given to you. There are approximate 5 terms given to you and you have to define them along with the figure. Also you have to tell, are there other terms need to be defined first. While defining the given things, do you need to know the other things also? So first thing is parallel line. It is asking us what are parallel lines. So yes, first thing you have to draw a line parallel. This is line L and this is line M. They should be equidistant. No common point between them. So first we are going to write what are parallel lines. Define it. Lines which are equidistant to each other and has no common point. Are called parallel line. Now it was asking, are there other things to be defined first? Parallel line जानने से पहले आपको क्या क्या पता होना चाहिए था? You should have known point, you should have known ray, you should have known line segment, you should have known what is line. So 4 basic things of the geometry should be known. What are these? Point, ray, line and line segment need to be defined first. Okay, these were the basic things need to be defined first. This should be the previous knowledge, our previous knowledge. हमें पता होना चाहिए before knowing what are parallel lines. Second, it is asking us perpendicular lines. So first step, we need to draw the perpendicular lines. One line, let us say this is AB. Upon this, there is falling another line, let us say CD, and it is making an angle of 90 degree. So a line falling on the another line making an angle of 90 degree are called perpendicular line. This is the two lines which form 90 degree angle are called perpendicular lines. Right? Now again, before knowing this, what all things should be defined? You should know the point, ray, line segment. These basic things should be known to you. So same thing you write in this point also if the question comes. See, such questions can come in 1 marks. Define and draw the figure. 1 marks question. Third part, we have to define what is line segment. Draw first. What is a line segment? A line segment is made up of 2 end points. This PQ is a line segment. So line segment has 2 end points. Okay, so this is the definition of line segment. Fourth point, what question is asking you is radius of a circle. Now what is radius? From center to the boundary of the circle is called radius. So first step, draw the circle, do labeling, make a center O and draw the circle. Right? Now from O to A, this is radius. This is center O and radius OA. Write down. O is the center and OA is the radius. So definition, radius of a circle, the distance from center of circle to the boundary is called radius. Okay. Now fifth, what question is asking you? The fifth part is also there. It is square. Now question is asking us what is a square. So you all know what is a square. Square is a four-sided closed figure made up of all four equal sides and angles also. All four angles, corner angles 90 degree. So this is a square. A, B, C, D. Corner angles 90 degree. Right? So this definition only we are going to write. So before knowing the square, what all information need to be known? You should know the point, you should know the edge, you should know the line segment. Right? So let us write a square is a four-sided closed figure having four sides equal and corner angles also equal to 90 degree. Okay, we will go further. Now going to question number 4, let us see. If a point C, there is a point C lies between point A and B. What is given? A point C is given which is lying between point A and B, such that AC is equals to BC. So let us draw the figure first. This is line AB and C is a point here lying on it. Then prove that AC is equal to half of AB. We have to prove that AC is half of AB. Let us start. First the question, let us write what is given. Given is AC equals to BC. This is given to us. Now next step you have to write to prove that what question is asking you. Question is asking you AC equals to half of AB. This we have to find. Next step we will start with proof. Now before going to proof, just visualize the step which will be before this to proof. इसमें क्या है? डिनोमीटर में 2 है. So इससे पहले वाले स्टेप में 2 कहाँ होगा? It should be 2AC equals to AB. Then only 2 has come in the denominator. That means right side में हमें twice of AC चाहिए. Okay, so you can visualize that in your mind. Twice of AC we need this side. So let us start with the question. AC equals to BC is given to us. It is given. Right. Now in this equation, we are going to add AC both the sides. BC plus AC. Two equal things, in that we have added two another equal things. AC added both the side. Equal added to the equal thing. So whole is also equal. AC plus AC gives you 2 times AC. BC plus AC. BC is this half. AC is second half. So total becomes AB. Isn't it? This is AC and this is BC. Total becomes AB. So now, yes, you can see here 2 is in multiplication, will go to other side, becomes 1 upon 2 of AB. This was the question asking us. What axiom, what property we have used? We have used equal added to the equal thing. The whole is also equal. So write down what axiom we have used. The equal added to the equal things, the whole is equal. This is which axiom? This is axiom 2. Check out in your textbook. We have done it in the first video. This is your axiom 2. We have used it here. Okay. Next question. Prove C is the midpoint of the line segment. You are having a line segment. कोई भी line segment ले लो. Let us say AB. आपको prove करना है that C is the midpoint. Prove that every line segment has one and only one midpoint. कि हर एक का one and one only midpoint होता है. And that is true. We know. एक ही midpoint होता है. But here we have to prove. So what we have to prove? Let us start with the contradictory statement of that. Let us say that there are two midpoints, C and D. There are two midpoints. हमने ये consider कर लिया. Let us consider two midpoints, C and D. Okay. Now, if there are two midpoints, then AC, the first part, is equal to half of AB. True? Half of AB. AC is equal to half of entire AB. This is our equation 1. Now, if D is the midpoint, that means this AD is the half of BC. If D is the midpoint, that means AD is the half of entire AB. तो ये लिख लेते हैं हम. AD equals to half of AB. This is equation 1. Equation 1 we have got that C is the midpoint. Equation 2 we have got that D is the midpoint. दोनों को हमने consider कर लिया. AC half of AB. अगर D midpoint है तो AD is half of AB. Right? Now next step. Subtract equation 1 and 2. दोनों को minus करते हैं. So AC minus AD equals to 1 upon 2 AB minus 1 upon 2 AB. So right side will be 0. Now AC minus AD, small this 2, AC minus AD is equals to 0. If it is equals to 0, that means AC equals to AD. अब AC and AD both are equal. That means these are one point. Through two distances can be equal when they are coinciding. That means C and D points are coinciding. If these two are coinciding, then yes, we can say that there is one and only one midpoint of a line segment. C और D दोनों एक ही जगह पे लाई करते हैं. Therefore, there is one and only one midpoint. Of a line segment. Okay, clear? So question number 4 and 5 done. Now let us go to question number 6. Question number 6. In this given figure, if AC equals to BD, ये है हमारा AC and this is our BD. ठीक है? AC equals to BD. Then prove that AB is equals to CD. तो आपको बताना है that AB is equals to CD. This we have to prove. Okay. So let us start. What is given? Always write what is given and what is to prove. वो तो लिखना ही है आपको. Given. AC is equals to BD. Then to prove क्या करना है? To prove is AB equals to CD. Right? Now proof. AB equals to CD तक पहुंचना है. पहले देख लो AB कहाँ है, CD कहाँ है. तो दोनों में से क्या हटाना है हमको? ये BC. BC need to be removed. So let us start. What is given? We have to start from that. AC equals to BD is given. Now see what is AC. ये हमारा AC है, which is equal to AB plus BC. So we can write AC as AB plus BC. Now what is BD? BD हमारा यहाँ है पीछे. So which is equals to BC plus CD. तो हम यहाँ इसको लिख सकते हैं BC plus CD. First step, just we have divided into, written it in the another form, in the two parts. Now this is equation 1. From equation 1, let us subtract BC. ये हमारा इक्वेशन 1 है। ए बी प्लस बी सी इक्वल पार्ट्स में से हम इक्वल माइनस कर रहे हैं। अगेन एक्सियोम वी आर यूजिंग व्हाट वी हैव सब्ट्रैक्टेड, बी सी यहाँ सब्ट्रैक्ट किया, बी सी यहाँ सब्ट्रैक्ट किया। इक्वल सब्ट्रैक्टेड फ्रॉम द इक्वल, रिमाइंडर्स आर इक्वल। विच एक्सियोम वी हैव यूज्ड, दिस वन, दिस इज एक्सियोम 3, वी विल राइट इट लेटर। अभी देखो, प्लस बी सी माइनस बी सी कैंसिल, प्लस बी सी माइनस बी सी कैंसिल, सो वी लेफ्ट विद ए बी इक्वल्स टू सी डी. And this only question was asking us that to prove AB equals to CD. Easy. What we have done, just simply ये जो AC था आपका, इसको आपने 2 पार्ट्स में लिखा, AB प्लस BC। फिर ये जो BD था, इसको भी 2 पार्ट्स में लिखा, BC प्लस CD। दोनों में से BC BC को हमने सब्ट्रैक्ट कर दिया। So which axiom is used? Equal subtracted from whole, remainders are equal. Okay, remainders are equal. This is our axiom 3. So here you can see we are solving this question with the help of axioms given by our great mathematician Euclid. This is done. Now going to question number 7. Why is axiom 5 a universal truth? डायरेक्ट यही क्वेश्चन है। तो सबसे पहले तो आपको पता होना चाहिए what is axiom 5. The axiom 5 says the whole is always greater than the part. So first of all write axiom 5. It states whole is greater than the part. तो हाउ वी आर गोइंग टू प्रूव इट, लेट अस यूज द फिगर डायग्राम। ये हमने होल ले लिया, ओके, सेंटर, इसका एक पार्ट ले लो। सो दिस इज होल और ये इसका पार्ट। नाउ लेट अस रिमूव दिस पार्ट आउट ऑफ दिस, इसमें से रिमूव करके यहां अलग से बनाओ। सो वी हैव टेकन आउट द पार्ट। नाउ यू कैन सी इजीली whole is greater than the part. So why axiom 5 is a universal truth? Because it is applicable in all the situations. That is why it is a universal truth. So final answer, as the statement is true in all situations, hence it is a universal truth. Done. This only question was asking us why it is a universal truth, because it is applicable in all the situations. That is why it is a universal truth. Right? Understood? So you need to know what is axiom 5, then only you can prove it. Okay? So revise all the axioms and postulate before going to your exam. And these questions can be asked in 2 marks and 3 marks. Right? So I hope the concept of the Euclid geometry, axiom and postulates are clear to you and how to use them to solve the questions. So this much for today. Thank you. Keep practicing, and if you have understood the concept, please ensure to like the video, share with your friends and subscribe to my channel. Mad Time by Alka Ma'am.